All right, welcome one and all to the best podcast this side of the Mississippi for the North Carolina Tar Heels. I am one of your co-hosts with the most, captain of the Hooligan Express on this side of the planet. Tornado McCray, Myron McCray, as some have known to me, and that right there is my co-host. Man, tell the people who you are. Tell the people what you do.
What's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy, Rossbox26, aka Joel, coming back with another episode of North Carolina Live. So,
And we are showing on also the TCU channel right now. To the TCU fans, yes, we have invaded your space because y'all losing this week. It don't matter. I don't want to hear it. Y'all losing this week. So we on your channel making a whole lot of noise because we just feel like it.
and you can't stop us.
They really can't. We already here. What can you do? Nothing. Can't do a thing. Hold up. I am missing two things. Give me 22 seconds.
Do. Did he? Oh, okay. Yeah. So he transferred in last year. Cool. Da. 4507. But now, what's good, folks? So, all right.
Had to get the right color, man.
He
Had to
said I
get the
had to
right
go
color.
suit up.
Heck yeah, I had to go suit up, bro. It is game week. We have been waiting all year. We've been waiting all year for this, dog. Are you not excited?
Oh no, I've been excited. I've been ready.
Like, are you not excited? Like, college football is back, dog. Like, we are
Been
back. It is time. It is time, man. And
ready.
because first thing first, and you probably already said this, y'all make sure to join us live every Tuesday. I know it says 9. We have to go 9:15 because my co-host, he got a real job too, just like I do. And he be saving people. And they had a call at the last minute. That's the only reason why we did this at 9:15 tonight.
They
I
really
mean,
did. Like I was supposed to be off work at 7 o'clock. They call us at 6:30 or 6:45 to go somewhere else. I ain't get back to where I was supposed to be till like 8:30.
I don't mean to put your business out there, but you be saving lives, bro. I got to give you praise where praise is due.
Appreciate it.
And
I'm over
also,
writing
y'all,
down.
I got the Wednesday Frosty. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta wait till this thing defrost.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been in the freezer though. It's been in the freezer. But man, you know what? You know what today starts? As we've already said, man. It's game week. It's game week versus TCU. Yeah, you like that little ram, the little sheep ram in there. Yeah,
I am
yeah.
pleased.
Ramsey's has made an appearance. It is game week versus TCU. It's going down at Keenan Stadium on Monday, Labor Day. I think it's kind of cool that we got the Labor Day game on Monday night. I think that's really cool, in my opinion. What do
It's a
you think?
freestanding game.
Like, I think that's dope. So obviously, going into the game, what are your expectations going into this game? I know I have some of my expectations in as well, but I want to know what's on your mind, what's on your
So,
heart, what's on your soul.
so I've been seeing a lot of comparisons or a lot of predictions lately. The last one I saw had TCU winning by a touchdown. I think it was 32-20. I think it was like 30. I think it was 34-27. I think what it was.
34-27, that's what they say.
And that's what they said was TCU beating North Carolina by a touchdown. I agree that I think it's going to be a touchdown game. but I think it's going to be a touchdown game in favor of North Carolina. Same score, though. I think it's still going to be 34-27 by the end of the day.
Oh, you got 34-27 still?
Yeah, I think it's. I still think that works. I still think that's
I,
probably what's going to happen.
I'm actually going to go with a 27-24 game. It's either going to be a 27-24. I'm going 27-24. That's what I think is going to come down to. I think it's going to be a old school Belichick helps them orchestrate a great drive in the last minute, and they get a field goal to get out of there, to celebrate, kick off the season right, and do everything. And I'm looking at right now. So on ESPN on the matchup predictor, TCU is favored at 58.7% to win, compared to our 41.3%. TCU opens as the favorite on ESPN Bet Sportbook with a -3. They got -3 on the spread, and then the over/under is 56.5. And then the money line is -150 for TCU, +130 for the Tar Heels. So right now, they got us as essentially the underdogs going into this game at home, which I find as blasphemous personally. That's just me personally. I may be biased, but some people may know that, some people may not. But overall, I think it's really going to be a good game. It's going to be a great way to end the first week of the college football season. And again, this ain't a TCU. This is a TCU team that did go what? Let me see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they went 8-4, 9-4 counting their bowl game last year. So they are no slouches. I'm not going to sit there and say they are a weak team by any means, but I feel as though the revamped North Carolina is going to be a different team than what teams have expected in the past.
Because I'm kind of going through some of their stats last year, right?
Yeah.
Because I know earlier we talked about it. We weren't particularly going to do it because we weren't really sure what each team was really going to look like.
I mean, in today's scope of college football, everybody looks different, bro. Like the team the year before is not the team you get, especially with the transfer portal rules.
Well, yeah, and mainly just based off of like who's still there and who's not. So,
True.
as we go through this, I'm still writing down some numbers here.
Listen, y'all, that man, I respect my co-host. That man came straight from work, got straight home, tended to his family, then hopped right on. Like, so he doing his due diligence.
I'm getting some trying to get some key players and some key stats here that I find are important.
While you get those numbers, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions real quick just to help with you. All right. First questions first. Who's starting this week, Gio or Max? Who you got?
I still think Gio's starting this week.
You still got Gio?
Yeah, I still think Gio's starting this week.
All right. I want to go Max. I really do. Like my heart of hearts really wants to go Max, but I feel like there's been too much push on Gio, and he's kind of been the face of everything so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see Gio. My heart of heart wants to go Max, wants to say Max earned his spot back at the starter.
Mm-hmm.
But my heart of heart says Gio. Now, if Gio struggles off rip, I will say Belichick won't hesitate to put in the senior. He won't hesitate to put in Max because he knows Max has been in these positions.
This is true. That is very true. Because at the end of the day, it's like you got to go with who you know is going to help you win games the best.
It's like, who can win the game? And honestly, either one. But in my humble opinion, this is going to be Gio's first test. And if he can go up against a TCU and have a good game, Bro doesn't have to have the perfect game, but if he can have a good game against TCU, and this is still the TCU of like last year, the 8-9 win TCU that was contending in their conference, that bodes a lot. That bodes well for UNC going forward.
That's really it. Like as long as you got somebody that's going to be able to come in, put the work in, and show that okay, I'm competent enough that we can get this done. Oh yeah, it's not even going to be an issue from there.
And so to follow that up, I'm gonna ask this question. I'll answer it first. It's like, how many rushing yards and TDs does Davian Gauss have? Davian Gauss have in the game? Because I think we all can agree he's probably going to be the lead back. And truth be told, I think Gauss will have 2 touchdowns for like 80 yards, 85 yards. And the 2 touchdowns is more so he gets them when they're in the red zone. And then throughout the day, he's just chewing up yards left and right, getting good quality yardage up and down the field. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Almost got it. I'm almost there.
You can tell this man is really focusing and thinking, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all see this. Oh, we got 5 people in here. Hey, how y'all doing? Half of them probably the TCU fans. Like, what are y'all doing on our page?
What are y'all here for? The talk smack. That's what we
The talk smack, bro. Like, we've invaded your page, we've invaded your space, we've invaded your territory because that's just what we do. We coming in to take names, bro. And also, I'm taking y'all a taco buffet that y'all got around the corner. I saw y'all had that. I'm taking that. I just want y'all to know. What, bro? I mean, I'm just saying tacos are good, bro. I don't know one person that does not like tacos, and if you don't like tacos, you are downright inhuman.
I wouldn't say inhuman, but
you are inhuman. If you don't like tacos, you're inhuman. You're not un-American. You're not un-Canadian. You're not un-Venezuelan. You are inhuman. You ain't un-Russian. You're not unsweet. Like, you are inhuman. Point blank. Period. If you do not like tacos,
that's terrible.
What? That you don't like tacos, or the numbers you put up?
Some of these numbers is crazy. But then again, they attempted a lot less on that, so that's okay. I guess I can deal with it.
Who, on our end or their end?
On our end.
Oof. Old regime, old numbers. Don't even put too much into it, bro. Old regime. Don't even think about it. Old regime. That's it. Like, what are we talking about here? Because who hosts? You know what we should have did? We should have got the host of the TCU channel on here.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. I didn't know I didn't know until linking it that if we had a TCU channel or not. But then again, that's on me.
And I know everybody's like, what is this man stalling for? I promise it's going to be worth it. Just bear with me.
I mean, I can rooster with you. I can bird with you.
Not bird.
I can bird with you. How about that? About to say, are you almost done? Or should we put? All right, there you go.
I'm done now.
All right.
So
what you got?
Basically, had to go pull up, some team comparison.
Not you cut off.
Nani? But you know what happened? I moved my mic again. It was like, yeah, nah. But since we're not entirely sure exactly who all the starters are going to be, we're a little more confident on what TCU starters might look like. So I decided, let's let's pull up some possible, key starters and see what we got going on here. Some possible key starters, some possible, stats and all that. So we do know for pretty sure that, that James Hoover, John Hoover, whoever the Hoover, Josh Hoover, there we go.
He said James Hoover, John Hoover, Edgar Allan Hoover, Lakers info.
So basically, Josh Hoover is pretty much a lock for the starting quarterback position when it's coming into this. And looking at his stats from last year, going for almost 4,000 yards passing on 66.5% completion percentage, going 27-11 TD to turnovers or TD to interceptions. Kid looks efficient, especially when it comes down with an offense that also threw for 4,068 yards at averaging about 33.6 points a game. Also averaging 312 yards through the air per game.
How many did they average on the ground, though?
On the ground, very bad. Well, I wouldn't say very bad, but mediocre.
Was it under 110?
No, it was slightly over 110.
Okay.
But you can tell this is definitely...
Was it under 110? It's an aired out team.
But you can definitely tell it's an aired out team. So what you're going to really see coming in this first week is that TCU is 100% going to test North Carolina's secondary. That back five is going to have to put in a whole lot of work. Linebackers are going to have to keep their head on a swivel, and that pass rush is going to have to be real. Because what's going to happen is
that's why that run game house in them.
Like I said, that run game is not great because at the end of the day, 400 attempts for 1,481 yards, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Their top running back rushed for 460 last year.
Yeah, their top running back was 460 last year. So, yeah, Cam Cook ran for 460 on 119 attempts, 9 touchdowns, averaging 3.9 yards a carry. He, by himself, averaged more yards per carry than the team on its own, than the entire team. But then again, when you only rush for 460 yards on 119 attempts, that's about right. Yeah. So you don't really get a whole lot. They also ended up with a -6 turnover ratio. Yep, 18 fumbles lost, 11 fumbles that they brought back. But they also had 10 interceptions on defense last year. So total wise, they had about a little over almost 5,600 yards total for offense, averaging 426 yards per game. And like I said, and as you can tell from how it goes, most of that's going to be through the air. Now, here's where they did outshine North Carolina, though. They had a 43% third down efficiency compared to North Carolina's 33 or 37.5.
I mean, I can give you that.
And they also had a much higher fourth down efficiency at about 78%.
I mean,
compared to North Carolina's 49%.
North Carolina went 13. Yeah, North Carolina's 48% because they went 13-27. And TCU went 18-23. So I mean, yeah. But that also tells me that North Carolina was willing to risk it more. Like if it comes down to a situation, and if Bill is feeling froggy, pun intended, he gonna risk it too.
But here's the question, though: when you see, and it's just basically comparing it between the two teams, when you see that they're willing to risk it more often, the real question is, what kind of situation were you in that forced you to have to risk those fourth downs?
More than likely, you didn't have a kicker.
Most times because you're behind. Most times
you ain't got a kicker.
Well, like I said, for me, like in college, you see more people having a kicker in college than you do anything else. Somebody's gonna kick the ball.
We got one comment. Let's see, TCU thinkers force you to think. Definitely seems like a pass first team. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, TCU is definitely a pass first team. 100%. Because if you're comparing them, because even then last year, their second leading receiver was Eric McAllister. Had 39 receptions for 762 yards, averaging 19.5 yards per catch and 5 touchdowns. Their leading receiver is now in the NFL with the Raiders. So I couldn't really use his numbers because even his numbers with Beck had 1,034 yards.
Mm. Well, hey,
So, and then
I'm
on
just
top of
looking.
that, on us for us offensively, you also have to worry about a dude by the name of Bud Clark because Bud Clark had 44 solo tackles, 68 total tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 passes defended, and a forced fumble. So as of right now, he's definitely their leading defensive back when it comes down to TCU's defense. Linebacker wise, I couldn't really see anybody because the guy that they had stat wise, I think he's graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So their leading tackler who had 89 tackles last year, which is a very solid number.
So one thing I do want to see, and I do think is going to change because of Belichick, and you may have this already written down, the penalties. So I'm looking at both of them. TCU last year had 73 penalties for a total of 691 yards, as opposed to North Carolina last year had 98 penalties for 832 yards. You and I both know Belichick don't play penalties.
Oh yeah,
Belichick
Belichick
don't
doesn't.
play that. Don't play that. So to me, that right there is going to be one of those things that dictates this game because I feel as though Belichick's going to reduce that a lot. And if TCU's at the same level, that could be, even if they're just matching par for par, that's a whole lot fewer penalties for North Carolina that puts North Carolina in a much better position than last year's team.
Oh, absolutely. And on top of that, the time of possession is 29 minutes, 38 seconds.
To TCU's 28. And
So time
Belichick
of
loves
possession
time of
wise, they're about
possession.
same. Oh yeah, Belichick loves holding on to the ball as long as possible. The other problem is with TCU's penalty average, they only average about 53 yards a game compared to North Carolina's at 64.
Yeah.
Which is an outrageous which is not
It's
a
not
god
it's not
awful number.
outrageous. It's not outrageous
It's not a
if
god.
like every penalty is a 10-yard penalty. Like if you get 6 holding penalties, that's boom. That's 60 yards
It's
right
not
there.
it's not even that bad, even if you got a bunch of little ticky tack ones like a false start or an offsides or something.
5
But
yard, 5 yard, 5 yard, 5 yard. It's just the fact that they add up because of to get 64
yeah,
yards means you had a minimum. You had a minimum of, let's say they were all face masks.
you
Face
had at
mask is
least 3
15.
major penalties.
I was about to say face mask is 15, ain't it? It's still 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at minimum, if you're averaging 60 yards, you have 4. That's 4 face mask penalties. That's the lowest you're doing.
At least.
That's the
I was like,
lowest.
you have at least 3 major penalties. There's at least 2 15-yarders and at least a 10-yard penalty in there.
Right. And those are, and more likely than not, you and I both know football. Those are probably the drive killers. The third down penalties, the ones that happen on third down that you're just like, bruh, can we get off the field?
Oh yeah, they're full on undisciplined mistakes. Full on.
But I do want to ask you these questions too in regards to the game because it is game week and things like that. And we talked about Davian Gauss. All right. Which North Carolina receiver shows out this week? Is it Kobe? Is it English? Hard, stupid. Kobe Paysor, Jordan Ship, or somebody else? Which one do you think is going to show out?
I think Paysor steps up to the base on this one.
You think Paysor?
I think Paysor is the one that's going to step up and show like, yo,
especially because he is kind of that leading guy.
That, and I think I think with all the support that he had, especially with him coming back and staying with North Carolina instead of transferring, I think that's going to show. I mean, that's going to bring a whole lot of specialty to that. It's going to bring a whole lot of motivation for him to go out and show out this year.
I think him and because last season Paysor was the fourth best receiver in terms of the receiving core because he had 365 yards and 21 catches. He was only behind Amarian Hampton, John Copenhaver, and J.J. Jones.
Like, now, receiving core wise, he was the second leading receiver.
Yeah, receiving core wise, taking out Hampton and Copenhaver, he was number 2. And then Jordan Ship, he had 9 catches. He had 9 catches for 114 yards, but him coming back was also a huge deal as well, especially
Mhm.
with Bill Belichick coming in. So I think it's gonna be a great thing to see. I honestly am with Pacor, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ship turns out to be the guy that has the first big game because people may not be focusing on him as much as Pacor.
Right. And I think it's also going to help him now that you know that you have two guys that are definitely willing to push the ball down the field.
Oh yeah, Gio gonna push it down
You,
the field, and I think Max
you
gonna.
have two.
If Max plays, he's gonna definitely be like, "Hey yo, we
Oh yeah,
airing this out if we can."
you have two more. You have two far more efficient throw passers than you did last year. So I think that's definitely going to help everybody's totals from wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. So it's not. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue at all.
Absolutely, and
You also
then
have because even then, because I still think Davion Gauss is primed for a breakout season. Because think about it, just last
Prime.
season. Because think about it, just last season, 67 attempts, 326 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
The boy was nice, and the only reason he ain't had boards because he was behind star Omarion Hampton, who is the star running back with the Chargers right now.
That part. And then giving more of the opportunity since we still have both French and Hood on the squad. I think they're now
I really
gonna get
think
some
that has
extra
the
opportunity
potential to be like a 3-headed monster of a problem.
Oh yeah, the whole Hydra issue. Because what's going to happen is because even French by himself, 10 attempts, 84 yards, like he's still rolling, averaging 8.4 yards a carry. Hood 18 attempts for 81 yards, averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Bro, if you look,
I think one of the running backs have a huge game. I think
facts.
Hood's going to be used more in the receiving game.
And that
Yeah,
and that was the thing.
Hood had only like 4 receptions for 37, but between him and Goss, he was only 7 yards off from Goss.
And I was just thinking that kind of like what I was thinking was, here comes Steve with this.
Steve.
Here comes Steve. Steve. Hey, I love it though. Steve said, "Hey, give Steve a good one, man. Give Steve a good." But like,
appreciate you, bro.
I'm looking at it, and when we're talking about that Hydra issue, I honestly see as Thinkers Force said, you have 2 running backs who are great on the ground all year, and then you have that one running back. The third running back is the receiving back. So kind of like how the Panthers had Stewart and D'Angelo Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that. But then you have another back. It's like if they would have had Christian McCaffrey at the time and they only used Christian McCaffrey as the receiving back. Imagine how much of an issue that would have been.
I mean, like you have just like Devontae and Coleman when they were in Atlanta.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, imagine you had those 2 ground and pound backs, but now you get to take them off. You don't have to decide between which ground and pound back you want out of receiving core. You got that legit receiving back. Be like, all right, third down, we need a receiving back. Boom, here you go.
And like I said, and the best part is, so far the shows, all of them can catch passes. Now, French had the least amount of attempts last year. He only had 1 reception for 2 yards, but
that man got the best. That man had the best rushing average at 8.4, and then came to receiving 1 catch. Here you go. That's all you get.
I mean, it's one of those things like you just didn't get the opportunity because he was also the third back on the roster. Hood probably got more. Well, no, yeah, Hood got more rushing opportunities than he did anyway. Like Hood got 8 more carries compared to French last year anyway. So, like, he was probably the 4th guy in the rotation in the first place.
Yeah, but bro, I ain't gonna lie.
You weren't getting a whole.
That 8.4 is wild.
Oh yeah, like you got 8 years. Like you were moving.
Hey, he was a walking first down essentially.
Dang near.
That man
like
was
you were ahead of the sticks.
Every
time you got a ball, you were ahead of the sticks. It just there was no stopping that. And honestly, love to see it.
Walk them down. And then on the defensive end, because you love this man. You've loved this man since he's come onto the team. How many tackles you think for your boy Kamori House? How many tackles? You love the linebackers. You love the hitters.
I do.
You love the hitters.
Man, you ain't never lied.
How many
Now you
times do
talking
you
about
think
this game or for the season?
just for this game? Just for this game. Just for this game.
I think he comes out. I think he comes out with about 15. See here, Bill Belichick squads typically don't beat themselves. I think UNC is going to surprise some folks as long as he keeps Shorty away from the sidelines.
Did you say 15 for the game?
I think 15 for the game.
For the 15 for the whole. Wow.
I mean, we've seen it done before.
I'll give you 7. 15?
But nah, he probably gonna be moving like that. I'll probably say about 10. I think he can pull out 10 tackles.
All right.
That's if he has the starting job on top of that, though.
10 I could see if he's like really moving and grooving like that. 10 I could see. I say 7 to 8 because I think the defense as a collective are going to be moving. And I think Steve Belichick is actually going to be calling up probably some great blitzes at the right time. And the other aspect that we haven't talked about, I don't think anybody's really addressed, is whether or not if the game is going to move slower or faster for all the coaches on this staff. So you know how, and what I mean by that, you know how usually when you go up in levels in sports, the game is moving faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tell college athletes all the time, when you get to the pros, everybody's that fast. So it's like when you're a high schooler, it's easy to see the threshold between you being great and the next guy is huge. That gap is huge. It's easily noticeable. College, it gets smaller. And then when you get to the pros, you're right on top of each other. It's like just a few inches here and there. What's the reverse going to be for the coaches who have been coaching like this long and who've coached at the NFL level? What's it going to be for them to be like, oh man, this is moving slow. This is moving slow to us.
I think for Bill,
I think it's possible.
I think for Bill, it's probably going to be one of those situations like this is moving slow. And I think for probably Freddie Kitchens, it's going to be like, okay, this is moving slow. Or at least for Freddie Kitchens, because since he's been there, he's already been at this level. He's already seen it. And he's also been at the NFL level. I think it's going to be moving slower for him. I think when it comes down to the newer members of the staff, it's going to probably be more of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Because you'll see some that be like, okay, let me see if I can settle these guys down real quick. Other ones like, nah, let's pick up the pace a little bit. So you never know. I think with Bill's sons, especially the main defensive coordinator, I think for him it's going to be like, this is a little slow. Let's see if we can pick this pace up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's just something that I haven't seen too many people talk about, but I think is a legitimate aspect of the game, is whether or not if it's going to be moving slower in the eyes of Bill and them, as opposed to a regular college coach who's like, man, this is moving real fast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then I think another person that's really going to stand out this season is Caleb Cost at defensive back.
Yeah.
Had 64 total tackles, 45 solos, 2 interceptions, and 4 passes defended last season.
Because he led the team in interception.
So I think this is going to be another step forward for him, along with Thaddeus.
I was about to say, Thaddeus is who I like. I'll be honest. I like Thad. I like Thad Dixon. And I'm asking now, does Thad get an interception this game? I think he does. I'm putting that out there. I think he does.
I say there'll be at least 2 pass breakups and then an interception.
If you're saying Kamori getting 10 to 15 tackles, I'm putting my money on Thad getting an interception.
I feel like either him or Caleb is going to get an interception this game. But I do see Thad with about 3 pass breakups, though.
And lastly, do we see a UNC kick or punt return for a TD? Do you think we see it? No?
I don't see it.
What would y'all say the strength of North Carolina is? Honestly?
I'll say the defense at this point.
You say the defense?
I would think the defense would be the strength of the team at the moment.
No. I like how she just came in. No. Just no. None of that.
But what you knowing us for? What we say?
She, she's speaking on behalf of the entire band chat.
Someone said, I think Leroy Jackson has a good year if he stays healthy. I agree.
I'm gonna be honest.
Especially for him to be a freshman.
I'm gonna be honest. My dumb self read Leroy Jenkins for 2 seconds.
All right, let's do this.
She said no. What is North Carolina's strength? Do you say it's the defense?
The only reason why I'm saying it's the defense is because remember, Austin Blask is hurt, so one of your main offensive linemen is out for the time being. So the real question is like, who is going to be able to step up and fill that spot that's going to protect whoever the starting quarterback is. And there's more major questions coming towards the offense than is the defense. Like, is the passing game going to be better? Is the running game going to be as efficient? Who's going to be at quarterback? And is that offensive line, now that Blask is hurt, going to be anchored as well as it was the year before?
I'm going to say,
don't knock me wrong. The pieces are definitely there. You just got to. It's just the hope are they going to be together by then?
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, and I'm going to say it's the running game. And the reason being is because of the way Belichick plays with the running game and play action. And you have Goss, you have Hood, you have French. I think that is going to be the strength because not only that helps with the play action pass. That helps set up the receivers on the outside. If you're bringing in Max, that gets him comfortable. If you're bringing in Gio, that gets his feet wet. If your line, even if your line is weaker because Blask, who is a huge part, don't get it twisted. Blask not being on there definitely hurts the offense. But good running backs can still make up as long as the O-line can just give them that little opening.
No, that's
just
fair.
That little.
I have no argument there.
So I think, and the defense-wise, because they've had a lot of turnover as well, even though I do trust it, they have more returners than the offense does.
Because I think if anything, the strength of this defense is more than likely going to be that back. It's going to be the back seven. Front seven is going to take a little bit of warming up, but I think
you're putting it more on the. So let me ask: are you putting it more on the secondary or the linebackers?
I'm putting it more on the secondary.
Okay.
Because I think even with some of the people gone, you still have very solid pieces that stayed. Then you had very solid pieces that came in.
Mm-hmm.
Because defensive line wise, he worked a lot on getting some defensive line and front seven help for sure. With Kamori House being addition, Jonathan Agumadu's coming in there. Like the additions are great. Don't get it twisted whatsoever. But I think the emphasis for sure is going to be on the defense, on the secondary for sure.
I can respect that.
Because especially with, just like we said, with TCU being a pass first offense, if the pass rush isn't there in this first game,
that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, they're gonna have to step up and show out. I can see that. And so speaking of people,